currents are the horizontal movement of water. The rise and fall of tides create a current near the shore and in bays and river mouths along the coast. These are called tidal currents, and they change in a regular pattern and can be predicted. When the sea level rises over several hours, covering the intertidal zone, it is called the flood tide. When the sea level falls over several hours, exposing the intertidal zone, it is called the ebb tide. The moment that the tidal current ceases is called slack water or slack tide. Slack water usually occurs near high water and low water. But there are locations where the moments of slack tide differ significantly from those of high and low water. The rule of 12ths is a rule of thumb for estimating the height of the tide at any given time. The rate of flow in a tide increases smoothly to a maximum halfway point between high and low tide, before smoothly decreasing to zero again. The height of tide affects the rate of the tidal current. During the spring tide, a great volume of water, from the highest high of the month to the lowest low of the month, has to move in 6 hours, and rushes out and in. During the neap tide, a relatively small volume of water, from the lowest high of the month to the highest low of the month, has 6 hours to move, and takes a more leisurely pace. The tidal current diamond table on nautical charts shows that the rates at spring tide are, on average, double the rates at neap tides, and the directions stay the same. In addition to tidal currents, there are also ocean currents. Ocean currents are driven by wind. Winds drive currents near coastal areas and in the open ocean globally. The Guiana current is an example of an ocean current. The Guiana current affects navigation on the Trinidad and Tobago coasts. This slide is the nautical chart of the area between Trinidad and Tobago known as the Galleon's Passage. There are arrows or vectors showing the direction and speed of tidal streams. The arrows representing flood tidal streams have feathers, and the arrows representing ebb tidal streams have no feathers. The diagram also highlights the chart note about the Guiana current. Additionally, there are symbols for races or overfalls. Races and overfalls can form a number of ways, but in the bocas it is formed by the meeting of opposing currents, namely the north-flowing branch of the Guiana current that has come up through the Gulf of Paria and the west-flowing branch of the Guiana current that has come through the Galleon's Passage. A tidal atlas or a tidal stream atlas is used to predict the direction and speed of tidal currents. A tidal atlas usually consists of a set of 12 or 13 diagrams, one for each hour of the tidal cycle, for a coastal region. Each diagram uses arrows to indicate the direction of the flow at that time.